And this is the Bozo Report by Sansa.
Please turn down your phones if you have sensitive ears. Thank you. It's the Weather Report today by Sansa. What's going on, everybody? We got exit liquidity week. I got Bitcoin at 28,427, up 1.2% in the last 7 days. Up about 2%, almost 2% in the last 24 hours. So a lot of growth happening once the weekend is over. It's crazy. Even though everyone's like, oh, crypto runs 24/7. I'm like, yeah, but people are still going to take a fucking break on the weekend. So that being said, it's interesting when we see that. Are we going to see that happening? Even we don't follow quote unquote stock market hours. I don't know. Ethereum 1861. Love to see that above the 1800 mark. It's interesting. I'm curious if it ends up breaking 1900. Does that mean it's going to keep going, or does that mean it's going to hit an official retrace? It's up about 3.5% in the last 7 days. And then moving on over to Matic, $1.10. Matic has been super stable. Again, I will say this every time. It's been super stable at $1.08 and up to $1.15. It's been like literally hovering between those two ranges there. And it's relatively stable. Even over the last 7 days, it's only up 0.27. In the last 24 hours, 0.9. So it's like not a ton of like, volatility. There's a little bit of a little stable movement there. So again, if there's something that you're interested in, I think the only thing is, if NFTs is ever an indicator of how cryptocurrency moves, I would be worried because we are, after all, a smaller part of the ecosystem. So I wouldn't be like, oh no, the discoverability of Matic is, whatever, which is exactly what I said last week. And then over the weekend, I was thinking about it. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. Why would you say that? The reality is that it is a smaller part of the ecosystem. It's not going to affect, whole fucking cryptocurrency ecosystem. And if it does, then we should be more worried that it affects that, which means because NFTs is already kind of somewhat manipulated by whales or whatnot. Yes, they're market makers, but at the same time, it doesn't mean it's better for that to be happening in the overall grand scheme of things for the greater good. And then Solana, obviously that's just my opinion. And then Solana is $20.26. Again, about the same thing, just up 0.2% in the last 7 days, and then 0.79 in the last 24 hours. So I'm interested in seeing how this works. I'm not sure where Dub still says $50 at the end of the year. I'm going to call him back and I'm going to be like, Dub, do you really still think $50 is going to happen? We're in April. We got some time. Anything could happen. But yeah, I don't know. So as always, DCA in or DCA out if you have a huge position. If you don't know what DCA means, dollar cost averaging. And you don't know what dollar cost averaging is, please just go Google it. Trust me. Or ask ChatGPT. It could probably even do it for you, lay out a whole plan and everything. So quick reminder, retweet the space if you haven't already. Let's move on over very quickly to the top in the last 24 hours. We got Wrap CryptoPunks at 64.5 floor price. Azuki sitting in number 2 at a 14.3. And then Bored Ape Yacht Club is 60 each floor, with Nakamigos sitting in number 4 at 0.73 ETH. And then in number 5, My Lady Maker. I've heard about this project a couple times. Never looked into it. Know there was a lot of controversy surrounding it. Not sure why it's coming back. Maybe I'm missing something here. Anyone in the audience can feel free to comment once we wrap this up. With an honorable mention of Beans at a 1.398 floor, and then Coda. Let's see, I got super confused. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, because I saw the Other D's logo and I saw a 9.5 ETH floor price. I have an Other D's. I was really excited for a second. I'm like, oh, that means my shit sold. But it is indeed not. It is another D Coda, which is at a 9.5 ETH floor. Interesting to see. We love to see it. That means good things. That means people are liking it. Although I'm not sure, because I think it was 15 ETH before. Anyway, you sitting at a 2.19 ETH floor on the Polygon network. Love to see it. Love to see it. And then moving on over very quickly to the Solana side of things. ABC sitting in number 1, Wolf Capital sitting in number 2. ABC at a 44 Solana floor with Wolf Capital at a 9 Solana floor. My next two favorite projects sitting in number 4 and 5, Famous Boss Federation and Claynosaurus. Again, Claynosaurus has been holding very well above that 80 Solana floor, and Famous Boss Federation holding, it increased about 17 Solana a few weeks ago, and it's holding that extremely well at a 67 Solana floor. I love to see it. It's all good things. Really, some of the biggest news is Zuki. Some Mizuki grills have traded hands. There were some that was swept or traded above 50 ETH floor. It's interesting. Only one of the three was a Spirit Azuki. Now, if you don't know already, Spirit Azuki is one of the more highly sought after ones because there's not as many of them in the whole collection. But in general, Azuki's collection is just up 3% in the last 7 days, as you guys already know, as I mentioned through the floor price. And then biggest news, I think, in my opinion, is Grempling is burning Nakamigos, and now there's speculation that why is this artist asking for another collection to get burned for his? Like, that's a little confusing, isn't it? So there's a speculation that he actually is the artist behind it. And if you don't know who that is, he's the artist behind Crypto Toes and Oddities. If you don't know what Oddities are, that is the secondary collection from the Moonbirds collection. But yeah, so again, that is the weather report for today.